Cash for Cancer is coming to an end. First, we'll take a look at our totals from last week.
After that, Elizabeth Kirsch goes deeper into the meaning of mums and where they originated from.
Then Reed, Zach, and Ross finally show us how to get your homecoming date the right way.
Eagle Nation News starts right now.
Good morning, Eagle Nation. Today is Tuesday, October 11th, and it is officially homecoming week. I'm Matthew Tibbetts.
And I'm Jordan Lewis. Let's start today's top stories with a Cash for Cancer update. We are now in our third week of Cash for Cancer, and the freshmen are still pulling the lead. If you take a look at the graphic, you can see that the freshmen are in first place, the seniors are in second place, the juniors are in third place, and the sophomores are in dead last.
The second presidential debate took place on Sunday, October 9th at Washington University. They debated over foreign policy, the economy, and recent controversies. Clinton gained a much larger lead in the polls than Trump that night, and most outlets said that Clinton won the debate.
HoCo Week is in full swing, and Wednesday marks Prosper's traditional homecoming parade, a community event that's loved by all. From kindergarten to high school, students in extracurricular activities participate in this yearly parade, handing out candy and encouraging Prosper pride. The parade starts at Reynolds Middle School and ends at Prosper High School with a finale pep rally that everyone is welcome to.
Mums come in all shapes and sizes with designs that include lights, feathers, and plenty of glitter. It's no surprise to even see that mums are life-sized, but there's a lot of history behind the Texas tradition, and seniors will wear their mums on Thursday, and underclassmen will wear theirs on Friday. With more on why exactly this is, here's Kelly Trend.
Forget the crowns, corsages, or even a hot date. Fall in Texas means football, and for any high school or college team, it also means homecoming.
Well, I had two teenage daughters in high school. It was their tradition that they gave each other mums for their homecoming. Everybody in the drill team. And my wife was faced with making 10 or 12 mums for my daughter, and she thought she could do better than buying them at whatever craft store there was. So she and her sister, who were already kind of in the craft business together, decided they'd just make them for her.
Homecoming mums were a Texas-only tradition, but in the last few years, it has expanded into neighboring states such as Oklahoma and Louisiana.
It was already pretty much flourishing. I mean, even back when I was in high school, a few of the kids, like in the homecoming court or something like that, would have a corsage that was made out of a real chrysanthemum. And of course, that's where the name mum came from. It was a real flower, but they were far less elaborate, basically just a flower and maybe a couple of ribbons or something. We started out with artificial flowers. That had just started to be the way mums were done in Texas. Before that, it had been real flowers. Bad thing about them was they fell apart after a couple of days.
A gigantic homecoming mum featuring a chrysanthemum often goes along with this Texas tradition. With a few strips of ribbon, a flower, charms, and a handful of gems, you can make yourself a homemade mum and save your wallet. When making a mum, it's important to understand the meaning of the colors and size. Underclassmen typically have green and white mums, while upperclassmen tend to sport more white, silver, and gold. Seniors will usually have bigger mums due to the fact that it is their last year in high school.
Because most of the things that you see in here are handmade by somebody. We've got dozens of people that make things for us in the off season. So we have to order stuff and get a lot of people started making all the things that we use to put on a mum.
For Eagle Nation News, I'm Kelly Trend.
Homecoming is right around the corner, and some people still haven't been asked. After this commercial break, we'll share some homecoming proposals.
Eagle Nation News. You watch us every day at the exact same time. But do you ever miss a part you want to see? Are you ever gone from school and missing your beloved anchors right here at the desk? Well, with our YouTube account, you can go relive every moment from every day. From Ethan being, well, Ethan, to our amazing reporters, you can re-watch us as much as you desire. Just search Eagle Nation News on YouTube and subscribe, and you'll have every episode you can imagine right at the touch of your hand.
Reed, Zach, and Ross went around asking people to be their homecoming dates. Let's see how their proposals fared.
Okay, with homecoming coming up, we decided to give you some tips on what to do and what not to do. Make sure to always plan it out in advance so you actually know what's going on. Make sure to always ask at the right time so you don't put her on the spot.
Here we go. Okay.
Make sure that you ask in the right place, or they might even say no. No. Make sure to always follow up with people and make sure that nobody has any other plans to ask them. Make sure to make it very clear on who you're asking. Just remember to follow these tips and have a great homecoming. For ENN, I'm Reed Davis.
Let's send it over to Ethan Burden with your daily dose of social media.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ethan Burden here with your daily dose of social media. We'll start off your homecoming week with the next two HOCO proposals submitted last night using the hashtag ENNHOCO. Our first submission is from @Seth_Golden11. And then our next submission is from @CourtG5229. Thank you, Seth and Courtney, for your submissions. Remember, every show I'll be featuring a few HOCO proposals until homecoming. Now here's a quick reminder for the dress-up days this week. Today was supposed to be Tourists vs. Animals Day, as you can see. Tomorrow is Disney vs. Pixar. Dress up as your favorite Disney or Pixar character. Thursday is Mathletes vs. Athletes. And finally, Friday will be Spirit and Mom/Garda Day. Well, that's it for today. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter for polls, giveaways, and weekly tags, and make sure to turn on our post notifications for live updates and look what's going on in ENN. I'm Ethan Burden, and today is National Sausage Pizza Day.
Hurricane Matthew recently hit the U.S. and left behind a trail of destruction. Let's send it over to Hannah Dennis with details.
If you are interested in being an actor/actress for the Eagle Production Group films, please use this URL or QR code on the screen. They can also be found in the production hallway or theater hallway. Fill out this form with your full name, age, and contact information.
Welcome back, Eagle Nation. Hurricane Matthew hit the U.S. last Thursday and caused around 26 deaths. This hurricane is said to be the most costly since Hurricane Sandy, with almost $5 billion in damage. 1,500 people are still being rescued from high waters in North Carolina. The hurricane wiped out almost 3 towns in Cuba and caused over 1,000 deaths across the Caribbean. They have not been hit with a hurricane this strong since the 1960s. Moving on to our local forecast, today the high reaches up to 83. It may feel slightly humid because rain will start coming through near the end of this week. Tomorrow the high will be 85, but it'll feel close to 90 because we will have a 20% chance of rain during the evening hours. Thursday the high reaches 86, and with the humidity it'll feel close to 90 once again. There is a 40% chance of rain, and we will have the highest chance of rain for this week overnight when the chance goes up to 60. Looking towards the weekend, so far it seems that Friday will be our last chance of rain, and the rest of the weekend should be dry. Sadly, we may not have another wonderful fall-like weekend because the temperatures look like they will go back up into the 90s and stay that way for the first part of next week. I'm Hannah Dennis, and the earliest date that North Texas received snow was November 2nd. After this commercial break, Mackenzie has an update of what went on in the sports world last week.
On October 19th, freshmen and juniors who did not sign up to take the PSAT test will be taking a Kaplan Practice ACT test. If you have not already done so, please make sure to register for the free test by October 12th. Mu Alpha Theta is accepting applications for new members until October 25th. G-Force is a group of students from UNT who are here to help students make plans for after high school. They will be here on Mondays from 9 to 11:30 a.m. in the Go Center located in the counseling office.
Cross country, volleyball, football, and hockey were all in action last week, with Abby Williams setting her third school record. With highlights and more on sports, here's Mackenzie Hamilton. Mackenzie?
Guys, last Thursday I left you with a busy lineup for the weekend with football, hockey, volleyball, and cross country all in action. Starting off on Thursday night, the Eagle football team traveled to Stanridge Stadium in Carrollton to face off against the R.L. Turner Lions. The Eagles took down the Lions 40-0, their second defensive shutout of the season. Offensive leader Caleb Adams got the Eagles going early in the first quarter, running in a 73-yard touchdown. The Eagles then changed the score from 7-0 to 10-0 with a 31-yard field goal from Cade York. The Eagle defense then shut down the Lions' offense, a trend we saw all game long. Prosper's offense capitalized on the defensive hard work with Nathan Powder connecting to Austin Lind for a 63-yard TD. The first quarter ended with a score of 20-0 after another field goal from Cade York. In the second quarter, Blake Harrington exploited the Lions' defense, sprinting in a 36-yard interception return. The end of the half, Nathan Powder found Everett Jefferson for a 12-yard score. Lastly, James Key once again had the final score of the night, busting into the end zone. On the leaders board, Nathan Powder had 148 yards in passing for the night, Caleb Adams had 119 yards in rushing, and Austin Lind had 97 in receiving. And as I mentioned before, the defense had an impressive performance shutting out the Lions. Prosper is now first in their district and has a record of 3-0 in district play. Also on Thursday night, the hockey team earned their first win of the season with goals from C.J. Bachman, Truett Williams, Kyle Tilley, and Ian McClellan. The final score was 6-3. On Friday night, the volleyball team devastated the Carrollton R.L. Turner Lions on their home court. Keeping their flawless record, the ladies swept the Lions in 3 sets. The first set, the Eagles came out making the statement, taking the match 25-10. The second set was the same story, with the scoreboard reading 25-12 in the end. And finally, the last game, the Eagles did not let the Lions even get into double digits, ending the match off with 25-9 win. Here are the highlights and leaders for the game. Abby Gargis had 6 aces, 33 assists, and 8 digs. Haley Killinger had 12 kills and 8 digs. Sierra Heck had 10 kills and 7 digs. And Hope Granley had 3 blocks. On Saturday, the cross-country teams participated in the Carroll Dragon XC Classic. The boys team placed 13th with Sam Rizzo finishing 23rd, Adam Schofield 65th, Jordan Mossinger 111th, Alex Vez 124th, and Cutter Nielsen 130th. On the girls' side, Abby Williams had a 5th place finish, Allie Taylor 13th, Emily Patterson 14th, Tatum Castillo 15th, and Peyton Lamons 34th. The girls' team finished with a first place win, with Abby Williams breaking the school record for the 5K with a time of 18:14:50. This is Williams' 3rd time breaking the school record. Lastly, here's the schedule for tonight. Tennis will have their final game of the season at 4 o'clock at Lake Dallas, and the volleyball team will be playing at home in the Eagles' Nest at 6:30 against Lake Dallas. That is all the time I have for you today. Reporting for Eagle Nation Sports, I'm Mackenzie Hamilton. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Mackenzie. A few final announcements before we go. French Club meets today after school in room 1112. Crepe sales start Thursday during all lunches, and all proceeds go towards Cash for Cancer.
The Spanish Club meets Wednesday, October 12th after school in room 1128. Anyone running for office must return his or her form to Mr. Solis as soon as possible.
The next meeting for the Prosper Rocketry Club is Wednesday, October 12th after school. This will be the first formal planned meeting with membership signups.
Anyone who signed up for the PSAT and did not receive a PSAT student guidebook, please see Miss Vinson in the Counseling Center to pick up a copy. That's all the time we have for the show today. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Matthew Tibbetts.
And I'm Jordan Lewis. Live long and prosper.